What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And once again, thank you, Ross. Thank you so much for having this guy in stock. Finally, I was able to acquire one of these, and I'm very grateful that I was, because I kind of wanted this when it came out, but I was like, it's a repaint, and I really don't care, and I'm not going to get the Titan to go with it, so what's the point? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Legacy United Leader Class Armada Universe Galvatron. And here we have everything that's going on here, but y'all know the rules. We don't take a look at the figure first, we take a look at the big bulky packaging. And I find it very entertaining that they literally just did a repaint and released it in the line that came after the original. So pretty much everything you're going to be seeing here is exactly the same as the original Armada Universe not Galvatron. Well, this is the Armada Universe Galvatron, but you're gonna see a lot of things from the Armada Universe Megatron. So you're still gonna be hearing David K's voice throughout this whole thing. Yes. Anyways, point being, here you have Galvatron in his robot mode and in a close-up of his robot mode there, I think. Yeah, that's what that is. On the back here, we have the tank mode and we have the robot mode, and there's some things that we're gonna get into that I will be talking about that are kind of entertaining, and we will be going over a couple of paint details and things that are very, very, very kind of cool. So, anyways, removing said packaging from there, let's bring the figure back on in here. And what a big beast of a figure we have. You know, I gotta be honest, this guy feels like a true leader class. The ones that they did for Armada definitely feel like true figures. So I cannot complain about that a lot. One thing, though, is he does come with one accessory. Well, it's not even really an accessory. It's more like of an attachment. This comes packaged separately in the box. Not like it's, you know, a massive big deal, but you're supposed to plug it there, and you can plug it on one of his hands, but I'll show that off in there in the robot mode. Same thing with this. Still pops up, still rotates. Still pops off, the whole deal. It's not supposed to pop off, but it does that anyway. So, there we go. But, lifting this back up, bring this down, and there's that. So, my apologies, folks. My charger decided to take a flying jump off my table, and it decided to yank my phone with it, and I'm not real too thrilled that it decided to do that, but it did it anyways. So, anyways, clip that back in. And here we have this all in the tank mode. So, yeah, you do get the ports on the bottom of the feet here that are just kind of, well, what will become the feet. Everything here is Blast Effects compatible, so real quickly, you can totally take this and you can just totally plug that right on in there, totally make it look like the packaging, so that does work. When we get into robot mode, these do definitely hold their gun position, so they do hold that as well. Anyways, let's get this guy into scale comparison, then we shall transform him, and then we shall get into final thoughts, then we shall rank him, and then we shall end the video. So, anyways, here he is with the Studio Series Age of Extinction Galvatron, and because we got rid of the box, we can zoom in a little bit more. So, here he is next to our previous review, the Studio Series Arachnid from Transformers 1. And finally, here he is next to the Studio Series 86 Galvatron, and as I stated, there will be some things that we will go over in robot mode with this guy and this guy, just so you guys are aware of that. So, yeah, remove him. Okay, now that we've done that, now we can get this guy into his wonderful, wonderful robot mode. And just like the original Megatron, it's still a pain in the ass. So, anyways, you're going to lift the cannon up just to kind of get things a little bit out of the way. Then we are going to, let's work on the legs first. So, to work on the legs, you're going to take these panels here, you're going to untab them from the bottom, and then this will just kind of untab as you pull it away. So, untabs from that section there. And you're just going to bring these all the way down like so. Take the panels, close them into the thighs. Again, just like the original. Take the waist, rotate that all the way around. Then take these feet, let's flip them all the way out with the heel spur. Same thing with on both sides. And there we have the legs all done. And let's get the chest done first. We can get that done before the arms do. So come to these panels, flip them up. Take this chest piece, open it up, take this mouth guard piece here and just fold it down. Close that back up. Take these pieces here. Going to want to bring these all the way down like so, just because things are going to get fun. Then you're going to untab them because they do tab into the tank treads right there. And there we have all of that. And then come to these side panels here, and we are just going to ever so carefully get these things out here. Problem with this is the same problem I had with the original Megatron, was that we had issues getting the arms to come out at all. There we go. The United States should not have removed the penny from its currency. That was a wonderful thing to do there. So take that, fold the arm down, close this back up, and then fold that panel back down. We'll open up that in just a minute. Do the same thing on the other side, if you can. Okay, I wasn't rather hoping not having to use the penny again, but we have to use the penny again. So bring this arm back down, close this panel back up, bring this up, and the instructions tell you to have the tank turret rotated all the way this way in the instructions. I think that's kind of ridiculous, but I mean, I didn't design this, so. About the hands, one of them looks a little more funkier than the other one. I'm not sure why specifically this one, but it's the same exact figure as Armada Megs. So, and then he does come with ankle tilts, so let's make sure we get to use them. There we go. They do tab in a little bit, so they can be a little tricky sometimes. A little tricky. So there. So let's straighten all this out, and there we have Transformers Legacy United Leader Class Armada Galvatron in his robot mode. And I gotta say, this is quite an entertaining figure. I gotta admit, it's one of those figures that's just really, really weird, but it's really neat. So anyways, let's get him into scale comparison, and then we shall get into the final thoughts, then we shall rank him in the video. So, here he is next to Studio Series Age of Extinction Galvatron. Right there. And here he is next to previous review. Here he is next to Studio Series Arachnid. So, here we have that. And finally, let's get into this one, which is one I'm actually kind of excited for. Here he is next to the Studio Series 86 Galvatron, and you can kind of see where they tried to replicate some of the things here. You can definitely see where they tried to replicate that, and it's not bad, but this works better as this Galvatron, that works better as that Galvatron, so yeah. Let's remove this out of the way. Okay, so let's get into a couple of the gimmicks that they tell you that you're supposed to have. On this arm, you're supposed to pop this in, you're supposed to remove this, and you're supposed to put it there. Why, I'm not sure, but that's one of the things that they tell you to do. However, you can totally, if you have the minicons from, what was it, Earthrise? Yeah, if you have some of the minicons from Earthrise, you can totally plug one of them on here somewhere, and you can totally have him do the whole minicon gimmick. But it does work, just like it did with the original Legacy Evolutions Megs mold. You just rotate that ab section all the way around like so. You take this, and you take all of this, bring this out, mess with that, and then there you have all of that. And there his super mode, or his minicon power-up mode, as one would call this. And then if you have the Legacy United Titans class tidal wave, you can add the parts to him in this mode, and it will become, you know, the super duper Megatron or Galvatron from Armada. So it's not the best thing, but it's also not the worst thing. And me personally, I really don't care to have his chest in a funky position all the time, so I'ma just bring this all the way around. So, but you also can do one more cool thing with this. Let's rotate that back around. if you have this up, you can totally give him the Megatron cannon mode that he also does have in the show. This mode he uses, or the Galvatron cannon, or whatever the heck it be. And as I keep stating, it is weapons effects compatible, so you can just have this going like so, and it works just the same. So, yeah. All right, so where do we get into ranking this guy? Well, okay. Actually, let's get into final thoughts first. I like the figure. I just really wish that it was maybe pushed into Legacy Evolution so we didn't have to deal with another repaint for this wave. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad repaint. I'm not saying it's a terrible repaint. I'm saying it's a decent enough repaint to the point where it looks like the Armada Galvatron from the Armada TV show. But at the same time, it's one of those characters that it's like, did we really need it? Did you really need to make Megatron Galvatron in Armada? I don't really think you did, but you know, kudos that you did. You know, you didn't need to, but kudos. So yeah. Again, I don't hate it, but I don't love it at the same time. So again, that's where I stand on it. So in that sense, I'm going to rank this thing. Oh, goodness. What shall I rank this thing? I know I ranked the original Megatron pretty decently. This being a repaint, an okay repaint at that. This is one of those figures that they really did not need to do a repaint on, and they should have just left the original as is, and then they were like, well, he did turn into Galvatron, and the same thing went with Hotshot, so why don't we just turn him into Galvatron, just so we can make more money off of the figure, or off of the figure's mold. To which, again, I get it, but at the same time, I don't really think we need this. Like, we really did not need this to come out. However, if you did purchase, that's only if you purchased this brand new in store, like at Walmart or Target or your local Kroger store or wherever the heck you managed to purchase your Legacy figures at. I don't hate it, but at the same time, I just don't. I don't love it. So, in the same sense, I think this thing deserves nothing better than a 5, and anything over a 5, I recommend. 10 out of 10. If I was to recommend it, 10 out of 10, definitely would recommend. 5 out of 10 is an okay recommend, not an absolute recommend, but it's an okay recommend. So I would recommend this guy only if you really did not get the original Megatron mold, and if you did not get this guy first run, if you wanted it. Other than that, it's not really. It's kind of one of those figures that just is there. So that's really the only review that this guy can really hold, is the fact that he is there. So that's my review for the Transformers Legacy United Leader Class Armada Universe Galvatron. And this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to check out the main channel. Do not forget to hit that like button. Do not forget to comment down below. And do not forget to hit that notification bell somewhere down here as well, along with that subscribe button, because every subscription that you guys do give out is one that I definitely will be posting, or not posting, but will be helping out towards the finale, or maybe not the finale, but I have something planned for if we get to 2,000 subscribers. So please keep on subscribing. I need that. We need that. If we want to do something cool, gotta get you guys to subscribe. You guys gotta subscribe. So yeah. Anyways, now we can do the shout-outs for the final bit of the video, so please do not forget to check out Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick's Voice Rail, Riveted Rail Fan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, Kitten Cat 999, iStar 552, Bravely GG, Lemon Lime Productions, Trooster Tube, Winter Night, Corey Tucker from Facebook. Let's see, who else shall we throw out as well? I think his name is Always Kinda Late, or Fashionably Late, or something like that. I can't remember, but I will figure that one out again in that as well. And do not forget to check out, I think I said Zaga the Animator, but I'm not 100% certain, so don't forget to check them out. And this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys.